Hey guys and gals and non-binary pals, this is Anna
And Jason.
with Nerd Initiation. Nerd Initiation. I got too excited. That's how that went.
Did you try singing it?
I did. Sorry. Today we have a special guest. His name is Ozzy. He's a little cutie pie.
Yep, he's me and my girlfriend Katie's new kitten that we got about a month ago. And he is very curious, as cats tend to be.
Yes, he is. He's such a curious little buddy. You're so cute.
So all you listeners and not viewers, you're missing out on cuteness.
Yep, he's very sweet. Yep, he's a little teeny tiny black kitten, all black everywhere, which matches today's episode.
It certainly does.
That's right, because today, if you have not seen our Facebook post for the Nerd Initiation Facebook page, we went and saw The Black Widow today.
Yes. It was good on many levels. I'll start out by saying it's the first movie I've seen in the theaters since before COVID.
Mm-hmm. Coming back with the tradition of seeing amazing movies again, so much fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, it's so good. And I love it so much.
I really enjoyed it.
Top 5 of the Avengers or any kind of
Marvel movies.
Top 5 MCU movie for me. It's right up there with Thor Ragnarok.
It's high praise.
It is. It really is. Cause I love all of the MCU movies, but this one's up there. Now, do the Disney Plus shows count if I watch them all in one sitting? That count as a movie?
It almost is like a movie. Yeah.
If I'm just watching it like all in one sitting as one continuous.
It's almost like a 3.5 to 4 hour movie in a way. Yeah.
So WandaVision.
WandaVision's top 5.
Oh my god, I loved WandaVision so much. Gosh, I don't know what's number 1, WandaVision or Ragnarok. What's your number 1 MCU?
Probably Captain America Civil War. I really liked that.
Alright.
I like the action and like the conflict between the groups of heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved it for the debut of Spider-Man, which was like a huge deal at the time.
True.
Debut of him into the MCU.
True.
When they showed that first trailer where he like webs Captain America's shield and then it shows him and he's like, "Hi guys." I was just like, I can't wait!
Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man. That's definitely 100%. Out of all of them, I don't even care. I don't care that he's like the MCU Spider-Man. It's just, I think he's the cutest little thing ever in the whole wide world.
Speaking of Spider-Man, I listened to a podcast recently where they talked about an early attempt at bringing Spider-Man to the theaters in the 90s that didn't happen.
Really?
It was going to be directed by James Cameron of Terminator and Titanic fame. He did a treatment for it. Rumors about the cast include...
Bruce Campbell?
Surprisingly, no. Peter Parker Spider-Man may have been played by Leonardo DiCaprio, had that come out.
Weird.
Right?
That would have been so weird.
Yeah. In hindsight, I'm glad they didn't do it because I've heard some of like the treatment and it was kind of weird and out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Sam Raimi first Tobey Maguire movie borrowed some elements from it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Like Spider-Man having organic webbing. I think that came from James Cameron's treatment.
What? Because I've heard that a few times. What is your favorite Spider-Man webbing? Is it the natural one that he shoots it out himself? Or like it's like a canister of like chemical compounds that he makes himself?
The web shooters.
Mm-hmm.
I like the web shooters better
web
because
shooters?
it's more like the comic.
Mm.
Plus, it highlights his scientific knowledge. He created those himself. You know, because Peter Parker is a humongous science nerd and like really gifted.
And that's why he was like very like into Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's why they bonded. You know, because they're both scientists in a way.
True. Anyway, back to Black Widow, because she was in that movie too, and she was amazing.
This is true.
And she's such a good spy that, she can just I don't know. I kind of like that she would just like does her own thing all the time. Like she really is in it for like to do good as she sees, and like if that means like turning on the side that she's in because it's the right thing to do, like she'll do it, and I really admire her like that.
Yeah, she kind of like sticks to her own principles,
Right.
you know.
Exactly, she does, and it's I don't know. I like her. I like her a lot.
I feel like she wants to atone for her past too. Like she
Well,
wants to be
she's-
better.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she says that like when they captured Loki, you know, she does say that you know she wants to rub out the red on her ledger or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, movie was good. It had a lot of good action. Cast was great. Her sister Yelena,
Elena's great.
she's one of the highlights of the movie.
Oh, she's hilarious. Okay, so spoilers. There's
Spoilers
going to be
coming up.
spoilers because we're
Be
gonna break it
prepared.
down and we're gonna review it. You know who you are.
3, 2, 1, spoil.
She kills the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
So it's funny, now that I say that, you know, we've been speculating about the Black Widow movie for a while, and I'm glad. I'm like, half glad, half not glad that those speculations and theories did not come true, like, hardly any of them.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, like, I loved it.
Do you mean the theory, which I think we talked about recently, about her and her sister switching places or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening, folks.
Mm-mm.
Another Marvel theory shot down.
Debunked, right?
But I think we are going to see more of the sister in the future if the post-credits scene is any indication.
Mm-hmm. And I like that post-credit scene because it ties Black Widow again with the Falcon and Winter Soldier because of Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, the character Constantina.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, who showed up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Especially towards the end, it's like she's setting up some kind of new team with the U.S. agent John Walker. But she does appear in the post-credits scene of Black Widow, which was originally meant to come out first.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be out last year, but then COVID happened.
Right. Which
So
makes me so sad that it didn't come out.
Oh, I
until now.
know. We had to wait quite a while. I read something online just today saying they think that that's going to be setting up either a, quote, West Coast Avengers or a Dark Avengers / Thunderbolts team. Have you ever heard of the Thunderbolts?
No, I haven't.
Thunderbolts came out in the late 90s in the comics, and it was this new team of heroes because at the time the Avengers in the Fantastic Four were believed to be dead by the world at large. They had this big battle with a character named Onslaught. They didn't really die. They ended up going to a pocket universe where they couldn't remember their past lives. So that was a whole story, but it created this power vacuum where there weren't that many heroes left in the world. It was just like Spider-Man and the X-Men, and that's it. I think the Hulk stuck around. He was split from Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner went to that pocket universe, so it was the Hulk without Banner. So he was more savage. So this team shows up, and they're called the Thunderbolts, and they seem really cool. It's all these new characters. But then, here's a spoiler for a comic from 1996 or 7. The last page, it's revealed to be they're all well-known villains who are pretending to be heroes, led by Baron Zemo. So they ended up being heroes kind of in their own right.
Teacher, who's Baron Zemo?
You know Baron Zemo from, yeah, he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He wears the full face mask sometimes, but he's the weird European guy who
with
dances.
I like him.
The turtleneck.
Okay, yes, I know who that is.
Yep.
Baron Zemo. Yep, I know who that is. It took me a second, but I remember.
So what ended up happening is they kind of would do heroic things. It's like they were kind of trying to like be better. Eventually, after about 10 years, they morphed into a new team called Dark Avengers, where it was almost like there was a parallel character in the Dark Avengers who was kind of similar to like a real Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Venom was on the team, so he was like the Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
counterpart and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So now we got John Walker, U.S. agent, being, maybe called up for something like this. So he's going to be the Captain America analog.
Mm-hmm.
So now we might have a new Black Widow, Yelena.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're setting it up. Constantina saying, this is the man who's behind your sister's death. And it was a picture of Clint
Fucking
Barton, Hawkeye. Yes.
So sad.
So, yeah, I'm curious to see what they end up doing. This article also talked about, and you and I talked about this a while ago, I think, basically all the young Avengers exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Yeah.
So that's a team they'll be putting together too at some point.
That is true.
So there's lots of seeds being planted for future stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty cool.
It sounds like it's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. I am sad that, in this movie they did like really, beat it home that Natasha is dead. Like she did.
Mm-hmm.
So the girls have like this little cute little whistle that they do back and forth, and when she does her part of the whistle when she's visiting Natasha's grave, and I was sitting there and it was like really quiet. I was like, oh, she's gonna hear the whistle. It's gonna be the whistle. It's gonna be the whistle, and it wasn't. It was Constantine, but whatever, it's fine.
I kept hoping they'd somehow show that she was still around, but no. She's still dead. But one thing to point out is the movie takes place 5 years ago, roughly 2016, after Captain America Civil War, but before like whatever came out after that, like Doctor Strange and Avengers Infinity War, like 1 or 2 years later.
Yeah.
But the post-credit scene takes place now.
Yeah, so that's interesting that they go through kind of like a lot of time periods, because like they start in the 90s when they're kids.
Yep.
Then they go to that time period of like right after Civil War, and then now. So this movie really does span a lot of years.
Yes. Kind of like me.
That's correct.
Because I'm old.
You're not going to hear me argue with you.
You're supposed to console me.
There.
That was so sincere.
Yep.
So yeah, like we were saying, it starts out in 1995 when Natasha and her sister are little, and we learn a little bit about their backstory.
They were sleeper cell in Ohio.
Yep.
They
had like a fake family. Yeah. With a mom and dad who were really Russian agents. And then they were separated from them to become widows.
Yep. And do they ever go through Black Widow's history in the comics?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I really haven't read a lot of Black Widow comics, so I don't know a ton about her.
She's so cool.
I don't know.
She's the best Avenger.
She's okay.
Well,
I'm just playing.
I like strong women, okay? Natasha's like the shit. She's so cool.
She is cool. See, what I remember about Black Widow, the first time I saw her in the comics was in the early 90s during the Infinity Gauntlet story, which inspired the Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And she was in the Avengers then, but she had this different look. She had short red hair, and she had this like really cool costume that was like all gray, and it had a little spider like right here on her chest. I'll have to find a picture of that. That's how I always think of her. But that look didn't last very long. Oh, and I'm beeping. It's just my keychain.
Oh, I'm like, what is it? Do you have like one of those little games from like the keychain pet games from the 90s? That's what it sounds like.
What, a gigapet?
Like a gigapet.
No.
Sounds like you have a gigapet in your pocket.
See, I was a little old when those came out. Did you have one?
I had like 5
Did you keep them all healthy?
for the most part when I remember to.
And then they died? What were those? What was that company? Was that Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tamagotchis. Yeah, you had Tamagotchis. So fun.
Yeah, I missed out on that.
And Neopets online too.
Neopets, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I was older.
Anyway, so gray costume with short red hair.
Yeah, and I really liked that look on her. And she even had these wrist-mounted gauntlets that would shoot a line, because you know how she swings around.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost looked like how Spider-Man would shoot webbing, like...
I mean, she kind of did that in this movie. Like, she like, kicked fucking ass in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cool. And she did swing around on a rope from the helicopter when they were saving, Crimson...
Red Guardian?
What'd she call it?
Crimson Dynamo?
Dynamo?
Which was a Iron Man villain from the
Ah.
Soviet Union. So it was like a little inside joke Easter egg.
And he was the Red Guardian. I like that he thought himself as like a Steve Rogers like an arch nemesis. Never mentioned him before ever.
Because he was like kind of like a Russian Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the character played by actor David Harbour,
Mm-hmm.
who I know mostly from Stranger Things, and he's great in that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool seeing him do something different, especially play a Russian.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a very funny guy.
Yeah, no, that's one thing about this movie that I like absolutely enjoyed is that it was hilarious. Like there's a lot of sarcasm, a lot of comedic timing. Like it was good.
You know, it's almost, you put it right up there with Thor Ragnarok. It was
Yeah.
almost as funny as that movie because
That's what I'm saying.
that's known as like probably the funniest
Yeah.
of the Marvel movies.
If I want to laugh, like I will put on Thor Ragnarok just to laugh because it's so hilarious.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is funny.
I love it so much. It's so funny. And then, but like I laughed a lot during this movie. Like they had a lot of like emotional times that was good and like kick-ass fight scenes, and you know they save each other from death and all that good stuff, and it was really good. But like I laughed a lot too because there's just a lot of sarcasm and it was funny.
Yeah.
Like I think it was nice that they, you know, did use humor to break down a lot of the scenes too.
Well, yeah, it creates a nice balance, you know, between the violence, the serious stuff, you know, it lightens up
It's
the mood.
yes. It's so good. I liked it a lot.
Plus, we got to eat movie theater food.
Oh yeah, that's the best part. Movie theater hot dogs are fantastic, and we got popcorn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the maitre d' person said that I was pretty.
Yeah.
I like when people tell me I'm pretty.
You had a good experience all around.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just walked in, like, oh my god, you're so pretty. I'm like, thanks.
But doesn't that happen everywhere you go?
I stay hydrated. I said that, yeah.
That's the secret, I guess.
And that's that, and you know, like the blood of 50 virgins.
That's what really does the trick, yeah.
That's what it is, yeah. Anywho. Yeah, that movie's great.
Yep.
I really enjoyed it. It was paced well. It was just super good. And I thought the fighting, like, or not the villain, but I thought the one that mimics, what was their name? I forgot their name already.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
There was a character, and they mimic fight styles. I thought it was going to be more of a conflict with that character, how the trailer went off, but it really wasn't. I mean, they got the jump on him, on them. Spoiler, it's a woman. They got the jump on, because she's another widow, but they got the jump on her, and that was it. Like, and then they were gonna fight her, and then Black Widow just one, and that was it,
Yeah.
basically. Because Black Widow's a kick-ass, and she's the best Avenger. I keep saying that, and it just reminds me of Ragnarok when Thor and the Hulk, when Thor and the Hulk are trying to get the Quinjet going, and the Hulk is trying to or not the Hulk, Thor is trying to sign into the computer, and he's like the strongest Avenger, and he goes access denied. And then Banner gets in there and he signs in, and then the Quinjet goes, welcome, strongest Avenger. It's like, goddamn. It just reminds me of that. But she is like a really, really awesome character, an awesome Avenger. Like, it's just really good. Don't mind me. I just have a lot of hair. And I like how strong she is. I like that we get into her backstory of the Red Room and everything like that. And how she became a widow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really interesting that they kind of give you more of a backstory about that as well. Because I think she already was in the Red Room. Like she went through it a couple of times, because I think she went through it as a small child.
Yeah.
And then went to Ohio. And then got put back into it. Because because she goes, I'm not going back.
Didn't it say the lady who posed as her mom went through it four times?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So people can go through it more than once.
Which I think she did. Yeah, you're right. Like, you can go through the Red Room more than once, which if you're going in there multiple times, going through that multiple times, does that mean you're just getting more and more neurologically indicted into this
Seems like
system?
it. Yeah. Because they're all under some form of brainwashing, mind control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is part of the plot. There's this antidote to that brings them all out of it and back to normal.
See, there's two types though. She didn't get the chemical mind control.
Mm-hmm.
She got the conditioning mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the what did you just call it?
Chemical mind control?
Well, yeah, but what is the thing called?
The antidote?
The antidote. So the antidote that, is made is for the widows that have the chemical mind control, which is more of something they can't break without it. So she was lucky, quote unquote, enough that she could break hers, because it was just a conditioner. It's a neurological thing rather than a chemical thing. So she was strong enough to break her conditioning. But the other girls can't because it's chemical.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like the newer widows, all chemical.
All chemical. Because I think in their mind, they can control them better and more thoroughly than the other way, as, shown by Natasha. Nobody can control Natasha. She does, like I said, she does what she feels needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he had that, oh God. When they say, okay, so he wears a pheromone that when any of the widows smell it, even Natasha, they cannot kill or harm him in any way. It's a pheromone that he wears and they smell. When that was explained to us in the movie theater, I forgot where I was and I yelled out, "Ew!" Really loud, that sound, that volume.
Yeah.
Ew.
Ew, David.
Ew, David. That's. I'm surprised nobody told me to shut up, because I made I always make comments during movies, but that one was loud.
Well, I have the same thing. My pheromones keep you from hurting me. Ow!
They're not working.
You must have damaged your olfactory nerve.
That's right.
Which was part of the plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch headbutts the table
Nope.
of Black Widow.
Black Widow. Black Widow, she damaged her own nerve and severed the nerve so that she couldn't smell the pheromone. That
Smart.
was awesome. She's so cool. I love how they did that too, because when we first met her, she was in the middle of an interrogation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, doesn't she say what she said to them or to Loki as well? Like, thank you for your cooperation, when he gives her all of the knowledge that she needs, all of the information.
Yeah.
And she goes, thank you for your cooperation. And then just fucking demolishes everything.
Pretty much.
She's so cool.
She's badass.
She's so badass. I'm just so sad that there's gonna be no more Natasha. Okay, so here's my thing. Is that Thanos killed, what's her name? His daughter, right? To get a soul stone. And she comes back, sort of.
So you're saying, like, Scarlet Witch, or I keep wanting to call her that because her name's...
Black Widow.
The actress's name is Scarlet.
Yeah.
So you think Black Widow should come back in a similar way?
Something. I know it's probably because her contract was up or whatever.
Right.
Like Tony Stark or RDJ, but oh my god, her character's so good.
Do you remember there were rumors that maybe RDJ would have a cameo in Black Widow? Did you ever hear that?
No.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to?
Well,
They mentioned him.
Not supposed to, but kind of like it would be taking place when he was alive, so there was a chance maybe RDJ would come back.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
It didn't happen. We're going to tell you right now. Did not happen.
No Steve Rogers either, Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm. By the way, so it's just mainly as if you had a theory about this movie, it's probably did not come true.
Yes.
That's just how it is. It probably did not happen because none of the theories I heard happened. None of the theories you heard happened. And you know what? I kind of prefer that because then, you know, I came in there with all these expectations, which would be really cool, but they didn't do it and they did their own thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad that none of those came to be because now, like, it's its own standalone thing and it was so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good knowing, I mean, having theories is fun.
Yeah.
But, like, not knowing what happens is probably the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're surprised. It makes it more of an experience.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, definitely true. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. It was good. I loved the family dinner scene.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
One scene I liked was at the beginning, Black Widow goes to, like, her safe house, like, out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she's watching the James Bond movie Moonraker.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite movies of that series.
Yeah.
Because James Bond goes to space. And it came out the year I was born.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You're old.
You're not kidding. That was James Bond, the franchise, trying to cash in on the Star Wars craze.
Mm.
That's how old I am. Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good scenes in that movie. Like, yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
I like that she was sitting there, like, with her laptop, watching a movie, just eating, like... It brought home the humanity for Black Widow, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, kind of why she does what she does. And it kind of explains that.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of fills in the gaps of, like, what made her become what she is, or was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it shows her becoming blonde, which...
Oh, at the end.
Was in the, like... Yeah, Infinity War and Endgame, she's blonde.
She's blonde, yeah.
Yep.
Because in Infinity War, she goes and gets all of her comrades out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they talk about that in the end credit scene. Or, no, right before the credits.
Yep.
Right before the credits, they show her in her little blonde bob, which is so cute. And then going in, she has now her own jet or Quinjet or whatever you want to say what it is. I don't even know. So she's got her own jet, and she's gonna go break the Avengers out of jail, which that's in the beginning of
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool how it tied all those together, all those moments. But remember in the safe house, it showed her with a box of like blonde hair dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were foreshadowing it.
They were foreshadowing it, yeah. But like, what I think is funny, like, just think how busy she was. Like, she was in Civil War, right?
Yep.
And then between Civil War and breaking her friends out of jail in an Infinity War, she took down an entire evil operation. Literally took it down to the ground. Like,
yeah, the Red Room was like floating in the air, this big, huge fortress.
Yeah.
Crashed to Earth.
She crashed it to Earth with the help of her family, but like she's such a busy little bee. She's very proactive and productive.
Yes.
She's like, these are the things I have to do. I'm gonna check them off one by one, and then she does. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like, I think it's really interesting. Like, do you think the other, besides Hawkeye, because we know she tells Hawkeye everything because they're such good friends, but do you think the other Avengers even understand or know like all that she does? Because I'm pretty sure
maybe Captain America has an idea.
Yeah, because like pretty sure she fucks shit up between movies. Like she has to. Like it just. I can see her just like fucking everything up. I mean, when we meet her, she was interrogating people, like, and then just like destroys them all and like kicks their ass and then just walks out. Like,
yep.
I think she's like a busy bee. I think she's like I think she has her fingers in a lot of pies.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
This just occurred to me. What sucks is like we're not going to see another movie with her. Unless they do another one set in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, all the characters who've gotten their own movies, they've had their own little mini franchises. Like Iron Man had 3 movies, and so did Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Thor. But yeah, we may only see one Black Widow. Bummer.
That would suck because her story is so interesting. It's so cool. Maybe I just like Russian people. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's lots of Russian in this.
Lots of Russian in it. And you keep saying her name, not Black Widow, but Scarlet
Witch.
She has a Russian accent, doesn't she?
Sokovian. But, you know, vague Eastern Europe, close enough.
Close enough.
Vague fictional country in Eastern Europe.
Yes. But, so, I don't know. They're just really cool characters. Like, I've always thought that Black Widow was my absolute favorite character, and then I got more into Wanda, and I was like, Wanda's awesome. But Black Widow, I don't know, she's real cool. Like, she has dealt with a lot, and, you know, she sees the greater good, and that's what she goes for, and I have a tremendous respect for that. Mm-hmm.
Plus, with your blonde hair, you kind of look like her when she's blonde.
You think so?
Well, you'd have to do that. Oh, yeah. You could go as her for Halloween. Or
Comic-Con?
To the comic convention we're going to in August. Yeah, you got it. Just wear an all-white suit or whatever.
Well, all black. She changes into all black.
She was wearing white at the end, wasn't she? When she was blonde?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think she was wearing black. I don't know.
Yeah, either way. Yeah.
She is pretty cool.
Am I cool?
Not Black Widow cool. You're like Crimson Guardian cool.
Now you're conflating the two names, Crimson Dynamo and Red Guardian. I'm Crimson Guardian. Yeah, I am like the cop from Stranger Things. Like I'm this old, out of shape man in the 80s.
Sounds about right.
Oh, that was good. This is true.
Crimson Guardian.
Oh, the things you come up with.
Yes, so that happened.
So anything else new for you in Nerdland?
Just my newfound love and appreciation for Black Widow and her sister. Because her sister was hilarious with her vest with mini pockets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was really cute. They had good chemistry, like sisterly bond.
Definitely.
Even though they hadn't seen each other in like 21 years, but good sisterly bond. I thought it was really good. Their fight scenes were really good because, you know, they were trained very similarly to fight. But.
Yes. Oh, and remember the sister would make fun of Black Widow's posing?
Oh, her posing. Her.
Like when she jumps down from somewhere and does that spread leg, like 3-point.
Yeah.
Bobs her head.
And. Yeah. I can do it too.
Then at one point, Yelena does it in the movie.
And then she goes, ugh.
She's like, yuck.
Ew. Hated that. But it's a good, like, landing pose because it's 3 points, so you're equally balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you do it all the time.
Yeah, because I definitely
jump down from high
heights. Yeah. That's parkour. It's
Do you remember the Office episode where they were
Parkour,
doing
parkour.
parkour? And Andy jumped off a truck onto a cardboard box.
And it was empty. He fell right through.
Yeah.
Do you think he landed like on the ground like this too?
Oh, he probably did.
With the hair flip.
Don't get me started on The Office because I'll just laugh nonstop.
It's a good one. I love The Office.
It's too funny.
But yeah, I mean, it's true. I just always thought that was a real cool pose that she did. I don't mind it at all. And I love that her sister just like, you're a poser. She's like, I'm not a poser.
It just comes natural.
I'm getting a call. Okay. I don't know. Do you think that there are any like Easter eggs from the rest of the movies or anything like that? Like I know we talked about Tony Stark and they talked about Steve Rogers and the Red Guardians, like his delusional arch nemesis, and I thought that was hilarious because there's no mention of them ever meeting ever, and that's just really funny.
I can't really think of any, but I'm sure there were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a movie that when I watch it again, I'll probably notice more things.
Yeah, maybe we'll just go watch it again. I mean, I said that right when we walked down the movie theater. I'm like, I want to watch it again. Like, it was that good. It was that good that I just want to turn around and watch it again.
Hey, if you pay $30, you can watch it on Disney Plus. All you want.
I'm not going to watch. We paid $30 for 2 tickets, hot dogs, and popcorn. And drinks.
A drink.
Each.
Yep.
Like, for both of us, together, it was $30. I'd rather have the experience of going and watching it than paying Disney Plus $30 to just sit on my couch.
Yeah, paying that premium amount's really only worthwhile if, like, you have a big house full of people, like a family of 5.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're all going to sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
So, because that's coming out to like $6 a person.
Yeah. Which isn't bad. See, that's fine, but it's just me at my house. Did you see that?
See what?
There was
Another orb?
There was another orb. I got it on film this time.
I missed it.
Oh. Weird. I saw it.
Nerd Initiation, a paranormal podcast. We should.
Okay, because I have ghost stories. Anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, we should do that.
Wait, remember that story you told me last week at Wally's about the doll?
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next week, folks. We might have a paranormal episode.
Well, no, next week is the Loki episode. But the week after.
Yes. All right.
Paranormal.
2 weeks. Paranormal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we will be finishing up episodes 5 and 6 of Loki. 5 just came out this week. I saw it. I'm sure you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just wait. We will be talking about it very soon.
But afterwards, we're doing a paranormal. That's exciting. Yep. I have a lot of ghost stories that'll give you chills that have actually happened to me.
I have one ghost story that I haven't even told a lot of people, but I will tell it on this episode because it's really good.
All right, we'll do that.
Nothing else nerdy?
No. I just was really excited for Loki and Black Widow. Like those were like my two things that I was like super excited about. I've been dying to watch this Black Widow movie, and like since they first released the trailer, released that it's gonna be happening.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
I fucking know. It drives
like
me
2019,
bonkers.
I think they dropped that trailer.
Yes, it drives me bonkers, and I wanted to see it, so I was very excited to see it. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
I think they dropped that trailer before Endgame came out, so before we even knew she died. Yeah.
Yeah. But let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Like, it was really good. I wish they didn't, like, hold on to it so long, but oh my god, it was really good. Oh, there's the one scene with the avalanche. There's an avalanche that they, like, miraculously get out of. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah. That was a cool part.
Gosh.
Yeah, when they're breaking Red Guardian out of prison.
Crimson Dynamo. When they, yeah, because they're breaking him out of prison. They think it's, and they made this whole, like, I don't know how they even, like, strategize getting him out. Like, they put the earpiece in with, like, the doll, and they got him out. And
Mm-hmm.
I like that he was like arm wrestling all the people, and then the last guy, like the big giant muscle guy, and he like broke his hand. Like you can see it breaking. Like you can,
Or like his wrist is all floppy.
like his wrist was like floppy. Oh god, that
was gross.
It was gross, but it was interesting. It was real interesting how they did that.
Should we arm wrestle?
All right, you want to arm wrestle?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
1, 2,
2, 3, go. Ow! Wait.
Hold on. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Ow! I got a bad shoulder.
You want to go this arm?
No, this shoulder's bad too.
Yeah.
She beat me.
Yeah, okay. I have a bad shoulder.
How are you so strong?
I don't know. I throw axes.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your axe when I was at your place last week.
Yeah. It's just like lying on the ground. I'm so lazy.
It's just good security.
It is.
You know, protect yourself or whatever.
Yeah. Well, swords, knives, axes. Come at me. See what happens. I don't even have regular pepper spray. Like, I have bear spray.
Oh, Katie has that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
It's the real stuff.
It is. Yeah. It's fun. And on top of that, you saw my trophies for martial arts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I may look sweet, but you know.
It's just dangerous, folks. Watch out.
Dangerous. But anyway, so I think I love action movies. Most action movies. Fast and Furious is not my thing, but this one was really, really. I really like how they treat the action in this, because it's actual, like, trained fighting is what it looks like, and I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good fight choreography.
Good fight choreography. Snaps to you, bro. Whoever the fight choreographer was, like, they were good.
Just me.
Okay. I just beat you in arm wrestling.
It has nothing to do with fight choreography.
Anyway.
Really good movie to see as my first movie theater experience in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, glad I did.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too, because now we have that experience and we can go back and watch all of the new movies that are coming out. La la la.
Yeah, and we saw trailers for a bunch of cool ones.
Yes, we did. You wrote them all down.
I did.
The Eternals are coming out.
In November.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shang-Chi in September.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go see all of them.
So there's
excited.
2 Marvel movies right there.
I mean, we just watched the height of the MCU, so we'll see if they even compare to Black Widow, because that was such a good movie. 10 out of 10, highly recommend.
It's it's gonna be a tough act to follow, isn't it?
I think so. Maybe that's why they were kind of like pushing it back, because it's better than all of the other ones.
Yes. Not to mention, as far as movies coming out, There's other good non-Marvel movies that'll be happening. I think in August we get the new Suicide Squad movie, which looks good.
Yeah.
In October we get the next Halloween movie, which I'm a big fan of that series. I think it's November.
My birthday.
New Ghostbusters.
Ha!
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Can't wait for that. And then at the end of I think we finished the end of the year with another Marvel, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Spider-Man, something about home.
Something home. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh, when is Doctor Strange with Multiverse of Madness coming out?
I think March 22.
Okay. I'm excited for that one.
That's gonna be good.
I'm excited for that one a lot. Anyway, so, well, I just, one thing. Am I a nerd yet?
Not quite yet, Young Widow, but soon. It's coming.
I will get you.
I'm scared. Strong arm, hatchet, bear spray. This girl.
Look at these guns. Boom. Boom.
It's from lifting cats all day.
That's right. That's correct.
All right. So until next week, remember everyone to nerd your heart out.